everyone, I'm Victoria and welcome to Black Cat Crimes, where we talk about missing people. And today I've got a new missing persons profile for you. My missing persons profiles really either cover people who have recently gone missing, so information is still developing, details are still coming out, and other cases that just don't have a lot of details. So, I have to say a lot of, I don't know what happened here, things like that, but they're people we still need to talk about. So really, these are cases where I don't have enough information to do a full deep dive, or cases where there may be a lot of updates coming as we talk about them. Our missing persons profile today features the recent disappearance of a 37-year-old father of 3 named Ronald Dumas Jr. Ronald, who is affectionately called Ronnie by his family and friends, is a resident of Huntsville, Alabama, and works as a realtor. This specific part of Ronald's story starts on December 15th, 2024. At about 10 p.m. that night, Ronald had a phone call with his ex-wife. According to reports, it sounded like other people were in the background of the call, so it seems to be believed that Ronald was socializing with other people that night. It doesn't seem like it's known where Ronald was when he made that call that night. Now, if police or his family know, they have not announced that, so we don't have that detail. But I do know that they don't know who he was socializing with. So far, police have talked to friends and family of Ronald, but no one claims to be the friends that he was socializing with that night. So this is the call right now. If you were a friend or someone that he met while he was out and you were socializing with him on the night of December 15th, please call the police. His ex-wife said that it didn't seem like he was in any danger while he was on this phone call, though there's nothing said about what his mood was like or what was talked about while they were on the phone. After this phone call, no one close to Ronald would hear from him or see him. He was just gone. Ronald was reported missing to the Huntsville Police Department on Tuesday, December 17th. Thankfully, despite the short time Ronald had been out of contact, the police did take things seriously and at least started looking for him. On December 18th, the Huntsville Police Department learned that the police in Tennessee had found Ronald's black 2021 Hyundai Palisade with Alabama plates on the morning of December 16th, 2024. They'd actually had it towed and impounded, so the police were in possession of Ronald's car. It had been found around 6:30 a.m. that morning, and no one was in the car at the time they'd had it towed. So at this point, Huntsville PD and Tennessee Highway Patrol started to work together on locating Ronald. When the Tennessee Highway Patrol realized that this car belonged to a missing person, they did go back out to the area where the car was found. They sent several officers out to conduct a foot search and make sure that Ronald wasn't in the immediate area around where the car was found. His car was found on the side of Interstate 40 near mile marker 133, outside Jackson, Tennessee. A few reports describe Ronald's car as broken down, but there's nothing specific that says what happened to the car, if it was actually disabled, or if it was just parked on the side of the road. So while the Highway Patrol in Tennessee were searching for Ronald in that specific area, the Huntsville PD put in a request to his cell phone carrier to try to collect emergency data to see where he may have been and what kind of calls he may have been making. They got information back pretty quickly that showed that Ronald's phone last pinged in Jackson, Tennessee around 7:30 a.m. before being shut off. And so far, that's all the official evidence and location data and information that has been shared with the public, even 2 weeks out from him going missing. And I really can't tell if the police have more and they're just holding on to it, or if that's all they have. Now that we have the main details out of the way, I want to take a minute to talk about Ronald. There isn't a lot of information out there about him yet, beyond him being a realtor and a father of 3, but the one thing that kind of stays consistent, or that does absolutely stay consistent about friends and family talking about him, is that they are certain he would not have left without saying something to his family. They've reiterated time and time again that he is a very loving father who's involved with his kids' lives, and he would not leave without contacting them or someone to let them know what's going on, when he'll be back. He just wouldn't abandon them. The mother of one of his children, Shakira Samples, said to News 19, "He adores his kids, and his kids adore him. so he understands how much of a role he plays in their lives. He's not going to go 4 or 5 days without speaking to them. And I mean, that quote was just days into his disappearance. We're now over 2 weeks out and past 2 major holidays. So at this point, the fact that Ronald would never leave his family without being in some sort of contact has kind of reached this point of, I don't want to say contention. I don't think that it's to that level yet, but it's more of a point of frustration between the family and the police. The police have stated and restated that they don't have evidence or reason to believe that Ronald is in any sort of harm or that they have reason to worry about foul play or for his safety. They do say that it's concerning he's been gone this long and they're looking for him, but they do, restate multiple times in reports that they have no reason to fear for his safety. And his family strongly disagrees on this. They do not think that Ronald would be gone this long for any reason unless he was in danger. Ronald's sister, Deanna Dumas, explains that this is an area of frustration for them because the family keeps telling the police that, there's no way Ronald would go missing unless something happened to him, unless he was in some sort of danger, unless something was wrong and there was something preventing him from getting to them or contacting them. And the police aren't taking this as enough of a reason to say, okay, there's some sort of trouble here. There's something, he's in danger, because the family says, he would never do this in a million years. And because of police's stance on this issue, Dana explains that it feels like they don't have the same urgency the family does. She even specifically mentioned that when they were like, well, where did he go beyond Jackson, or how did he get there? The police were like, oh, well, he could have caught a ride or something. And if he caught a ride, he'd likely be here. He'd be in contact of some sort, unless they're trying to say that he just up and left his life, which we know adults do technically have the right to do, but this man doesn't seem like he was in a place to be doing this, that was his plan. Because if he caught a ride, then our next question has to be, well, where is he? Where was he going? What happened to him after he caught that ride? Now, I will say that the police have been searching for Ronald, and they are conducting investigations both in Huntsville and in Tennessee to try to figure out what happened. It has been reported that police have talked to many friends and acquaintances of Ronald, but like I said, none of them claim to be the friends that he was with on the night of the 15th. Which brings up the question, was Ronald socializing with people on the 15th? Was he just somewhere noisy? Was he hanging out with people that no one in his friend group or family group know? I mean, it opens up a lot of possibilities, especially if what led them to believe that he was out somewhere socializing was just hearing people in the background. Family, volunteers, and investigators have continued their searches for Ronald in Tennessee. For a few searches, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation even provided a helicopter to assist. His family and volunteers have conducted an organized search as recently as December 29th, 2024. The search team spread out between Haywood, Decatur, and Benton counties. They were searching both where his car was found and where his phone last pinged. Their goal ultimately was not only to look for Ronald, but to also try to look for anything that may look like it belongs to him. According to reporting by WBBJ7 Eyewitness News, a cell phone was found during the search, though they don't say where, and it's unclear at this time if it is Ronald's phone. Based on the reporting currently available, it really does seem like the police are leaning towards the idea that Ronald just left for some reason to go off on his own. As a matter of fact, Huntsville PD has even suggested that he may have been heading towards Memphis, Tennessee, though they don't say why or what may have drawn him in that direction. But his family is very much of a different mind. They truly believe that Ronald did not leave of his own accord without something being terribly wrong, and they are in near panic with the need for answers. And I can understand that. There's this sense of urgency that he's gone as it is, but they just had to go through 2 major holidays, like I said, without him, which I'm sure adds to the urgency because this is a dad who very much is involved in his kid's life, and he missed Christmas with them. In a December 27, 2024 statement, the Dumas family spokesperson Troy Stiles said, "The family is tired. The family is really going through a lot since the holidays have been around. There are children of Mr. Dumas in this case, and this is their first Christmas without their father, and they have certainly noticed his absence." Ronald Dumas is a black man with brown eyes and black hair. He is approximately 5'5" and around 165 pounds. Though it is not known for sure what he was wearing when he went missing, the last time we know he was seen, he was wearing a dark blue or black sweater, black polo boots, and a pea coat style trench coat. If you have any information about what may have happened to Ronald, where he may be, or if you're one of those people who he was hanging out with on the night of December 15th, please call the police. You can either contact Investigator Gibbs with the Huntsville Police Department at 256-427-5448, or you can call and submit tips anonymously to Huntsville Crime Stoppers at 256-532-7463. I just can't imagine how heartbroken Ronald's family must be right now. Having a family member missing is harder than most things I could imagine, but especially to have him missing around the holidays when there really seems to be nothing pointing to exactly what happened is especially terrifying. I have no doubt they are feeling panic and desperation, just like Deanna mentioned, and they just want to know that Ronnie is safe out there. Shakira actually had a message for him that I will share now in case Ronald, if you see this video, or if someone who is possibly in contact with him sees this video as well. "We love you. I hope you're safe. I hope you're not hurt. We're not going to stop until we find you." The family has put out a reward, which they just increased to $3,500 the day before I'm filming. Just a quick correction based on a new update. Ronald's family just updated the reward amount to $4,500, and so that is the correct award amount as of January 3rd, 2025. I'm filming on January 1st, 2025, so all of the information in this video is current up to that date. If there are any changes or any more updates come out, I will try to get updates out as quickly as possible. I will also be sure to update you if there's more that you can do to help as the family is looking for Ronald, but here's a few things you can do for now. In any missing persons case, one of the easiest ways you can help is to share that missing persons poster. So Ronald's poster will be linked in my description, so please, share it on your social media and also talk about him. Talk about him to other people, especially if you're in the Tennessee area or maybe even Alabama. We don't really know where he ended up. But if you're in that area of Tennessee where he may have been, where he went missing or where he may be heading, please talk about him. Share his poster. Keep your eyes peeled for him because he could be lost, he could be hurt somehow, and looking for him is going to be the way that we find him. Also, if you're in the area of Tennessee where Ronald seems to have gone missing from, the family are arranging searches and do seem to be asking for volunteers. There were volunteer sign-up links on several articles that I found, so I'll try to see if there's a central place where they're asking for people to sign up and include that in the link below. If you really want to get involved and try to help, that's a really good hands-on way to search for him. And now I think that's all I have for you for now. Thank you for watching this missing persons profile, and please keep Ronald and his family in your thoughts. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.